Rick, whenever you're ready, it's about that time. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is Rick Weston, the CEO of Onyx Energy. A few of you have talked to him. Rick's been working really hard over the last few months, really hard over the last few months and a few years to develop this company. So I'm looking forward to what he has to say about the new expansion and so on. Take it away, Rick.
Thank you, James. Really appreciate that. James is one of our national sales managers here at Onyx Energy, and he does a fantastic job. I've actually known James for probably 25 plus years, not to totally, age us or anything, but we've known each other a long time. He's got an incredible work ethic. He's an incredible salesperson in a general sense, but he's a fantastic leader. And I really appreciate your time. Appreciate you being on here and helping to get this call started and everything. So tonight, what we're going to be going over a little different than a normal opportunity overview, because we have quite a few announcements and developments that have been coming along here over the last several months. And so you probably are all aware that we signed a exclusive agreement with a company called Shop Solar. And if you don't know, Shop Solar is a do-it-yourself solar kit distributor. They operate in 48 states. And through our agreement that we have with them, we are the exclusive direct sales partner with Shop Solar, meaning no other business opportunity in the United States or elsewhere can represent their product through a direct sales organization structure. So that gives us a unique selling position. It gives us exclusivity as a networking and direct sales organization. And as part of that agreement, we are also getting access here shortly, probably by next week, to their leads that they generate through their marketing to sell their kits. So we'll be able to sell their kits and earn a commission on those. And that'll go into our compensation plan here, the compensation model. And also, in addition to that, we have partnered with a company called Rhino Eco, which is a financial software platform. And they do solar loans specifically. And through them, they have a EPC network of installers to install solar. They cover currently 22 states. And through our arrangement between Onyx Energy, Shop Solar, and them, and Rhino, we are developing right now the ability to sell full installs of the Shop Solar kits to their customers. And so, because the way Shop Solar is set up is they are primarily a do-it-yourself scenario where they kind of hold the hand of the customer and lead them through the process of basically being their own general contractor to put solar on their roof. However, there's plenty of clients out there that would like to save money on solar, but they also don't really want to do the whole process of getting the install done. So that's where we come in through Onyx Energy and with our arrangement with Rhino to offer full installation to those customers. Now, currently, Shop Solar is getting about 400 leads per week for their solar kits. And so what part of our agreement is, we're going to first sell the Shop Solar kit as the first option. Then if the customer doesn't want to do the install themselves, then we will offer full installation, which will operate on a traditional red line pricing model for the solar install. And then we can then do a markup off of that, and that goes into our compensation model as far as the payouts for commission, et cetera. So that's number one. And like I said, we are looking to have that up and running probably mid to late next week. What we're working on right now is just the logistics of getting the leads over to our sales organization. And so if somebody wants to get those Shop Solar leads, they will need to have a seat on our marketing CRM, which let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. So under here, you go here, marketing CRM. So we have we now own our own agency for CRM, and so the CRM software and everything is 100% controlled by us, and it's actually a high level agency. So, but we're a captive agency to the company. So if you go over here at the see if I can show it to you real quick. This website is not done. This is actually just a template right now, but we own the website. We own this. And like I said, this is all brand new right here. But if we go in here and you can actually go to log in here real quick. Can you guys see my screen with the IO CRM Pro? Just making sure here.
I cannot.
Okay, I just got the right one. Here we go.
Okay.
Can you see it now where it says sign into your account?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, perfect. So there we go. Log in real quick. Hopefully it doesn't make me never actually log. Oh, I got to do all this stupid stuff. All right. So you got to do a security code. It's two-factor authentication. Make sure you're not, trying to break into the system here. And so I just want to show you guys the CRM real quick. And we're still heavily developing everything right now. There we go. All right, so we go in here. So what will happen is if you are a CRM subscriber to our marketing CRM for $197 a month, which is 100% optional, you don't have to get it if you don't want it. What will happen then is you'll be able to get into our system here. You'll be authorized to work leads that we provide through the system. So we have solar quotes, which is currently we're marketing some aged previous solar quote leads, 30 to 90 days. And so we're doing those, and then we're going to have some fresh ones going in there here shortly as well. And then on top of that, we also have a team building pipeline, which is where we take the company marketing, where we are marketing to generate new solar reps, and we take those leads and we put them into the CRM and distribute it out to our subscribers. That way, we're helping you to build your own sales organization within Onyx, and you get paid the commission overrides on their sales. Like right now, I mean, just to give an example, James has a deal getting ready to get installed here shortly. And on that deal, as a national sales manager, he's going to make next to really close to about $1,900 on that deal as an override on his salesperson selling that project. So just an example of how that works. So if we go in here and we look at at this, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to have our shop solar leads, which we're just preparing it right now. But we have a full pipeline here where basically it helps you to organize the transaction, right? The contact and go through it. This is going to change dramatically as we integrate with Shop Solar directly, because we're going to be sharing their lead information to us, and then also sharing back to their CRM the activity on the lead. Where it's at, what stage it's in the pipeline, if it's sold, et cetera, all that kind of stuff. So we can have everything tracked on there. But so this is our CRM system right now. I'm not going to go into a full overview of the whole thing, but I just wanted to show you guys where we're going with things. We now own IO CRM Pro. That's our company, which is closely held by Onyx Energy, and so we'll be setting everybody up with those accounts. So let's go back here, and so looking at the CRM, it's $197 a month, and it gets you access to the leads that I just described. In addition, if you are a sales rep in the company who has recruited 3 or more agents, then we're going to advance you to the rank of sales manager as long as you have your subscription. Now, if you become a sales manager, through the subscription, and then you cancel your subscription and you haven't qualified in the compensation plan to be a sales manager, you'll be dropped back down to sales agent at that point. But I just looked at this. I figured this is a great way for people that are very dedicated and looking to build an organization, and they've already started a team to get themselves in a position to earn some overrides on their organization right away. So that's part of it. And just some statistics here. The average CRM user in solar sells an additional 33 projects per year because of having long-term follow-up with their customers. Okay, because not everybody closes when you first sign them up, right? And so you got to follow up, and sometimes people ghost you and things like that, and then you put them into a follow-up program where we're sending out emails, text messages, etc. over the next 12 months, right? 6 months from now, they get a gigantic utility bill, and they look at it and they go, holy cow, I need to do something, right? I need to switch, and so I better call that guy. You know what? Great timing, right? And that's really how it works. Additionally, if you are generating your own leads online, we will integrate your lead quote form that you have online with the CRM and distribute those leads directly into your pipeline. That way you can keep everything organized. We just need to approve your marketing. Make sure that you're not doing anything that's gimmicky, false advertising, any of that kind of stuff. But we'll help you with that to make sure that you get that set up properly. And then, like I said, you get access to our leads. You get Shop Solar leads. You additionally get solar rep signups from the company. And we'll go over the compensation plan here in a minute. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is another development here within the company. Is I just signed 2 days ago a contract with a company called the Awareness Group. They cover 27 states for residential installs, and their pricing is slightly higher than Freedom. However, we do not have a 20% revenue share that we split with them. So it's actually on par, or even in some cases better than Freedom in that regard. So give you an example. So if Freedom was at $1.70 and this company's at $1.90, just example, in a particular state, if we marked it up $1 with Freedom, we would be making this, and we marked it up $1 with this company, we're making exactly the same. We're making exactly the same money, because there's a 20% revenue share that we pay to Freedom on every deal based on the markup, right? So with the TAG, with the Awareness Group, we now have they also have their own in-house captive financing. So they're a lender platform, much like Rhino, but they cover 27 states for residential. And then in addition to that, the big news here also is they cover 50 states for commercial. So we can now do commercial solar installs in all 50 states and 27 states through them on the residential side. They have no FICO score credit approvals for solar loans and leases and PPAs. They also have ones that have no credit check at all, which is they're not using the credit at all to qualify. What they actually use is their ability to pay. So if they've paid their electric bill on time for the last 12 months, or even if they had one late payment, they'll still get approved for this special lease or PPA offer that they have. It's that particular product's available, I think, in 8 or 9 states, the hot markets, Texas, Oklahoma, places like that. But they are planning to expand that through their whole network. And so So that's a huge thing. With the commercial side, also, not only can we do commercial solar installations, but if we have a client, you've got a business client that wants to put solar on their roof, and then they also want to build a man-made lake out in front of their office, we can finance that too, and we get paid on the loan. So you get paid. You'll get paid on the loan proceeds, the money that comes in for the loan. So imagine if they needed a $3 million business loan, and we funded that deal, and we made 3 points on it. So again, that goes into our compensation plan. Like it says here on our comp plan right here, it says compensation plan residential solar. It's actually our it's going to be now, because we've made a lot of changes now that everything's a percentage. It's our compensation plan period. So it'll be whatever the net sales margin is goes into our comp plan. So if there's $1 million in commission, net revenue, right? Net sales margin, then you as a salesperson would get paid 70% of that on a deal. So that the commercial aspect is definitely going to be a game changer for us here. There's absolutely no other networking or direct sales organization within solar that has 50 states coverage for commercial. We also have 48 state coverage on solar for residential through our do-it-yourself kits with Shop Solar. No other company has that. Then, in addition, we are bringing on next week, we will have community solar options for customers, I believe in 11 or 12 states. And what's nice about that is you can sell community solar, which operates basically like deregulated energy, where the client keeps their same utility company, but we just switch out the supplier of their electricity. And so they don't have to be a homeowner. They could be a renter. They could live in a house that can't put solar on, but they can still switch their energy provider and save anywhere from 5 to 20%, sometimes a little more, depending on the jurisdiction, right? And the availability of the community solar. In conjunction with that, we're also going to have dereg energy, which is not necessarily from solar, but it'll be deregulated, energy suppliers that we'll be able to offer as well. And that's gonna cover a lot of different states. And we can also do commercial community solar. So, for example, in Illinois, we have a 200 megawatt project up there. They're selling 1 megawatt at a time to commercial clients, and we bring in 2 cents per watt on those deals. So that's a huge moneymaker if you have business contacts that you can work with and switch them over to community solar, like a warehouse or something like that, where they're using a lot of power, factory, right, using a lot of energy. So that gives us a really wide range of energy related products that we can now sell to our client base. So I think what I'm going to do right now is I want to go over and do a full breakdown of our compensation model. Well, first of all, does anybody have any questions in chat or anything? I haven't looked, but let me take a look here. Yeah, Barry. The community solar is the solar farms. So that is what we have, and that is going to be available. So yeah, shortly, like next week, you'll be able to start offering that in the states that we can offer it in. It's not going to be offered necessarily in every jurisdiction, in the United States, because not everywhere is deregulated where we can actually do that. But on that note, about deregulated energy, the last company that I was just a sales rep in for dereg energy was a company called North American Power. And this was, 8 years ago, something like that. And that company, they were a deregulated energy company, and they only operated in the Northeast. Through that company, over a 1.5 year period, I was able to develop a sales organization of over 19,000 sales reps using just deregulated energy. And I was just a sales rep. I wasn't, owner of the company or anything like that. So, and the reason why I bring that up is just want to give you the broad scope of how big this opportunity can be. And the money in dereg is, you don't make, $10,000 on a sale. However, if you made $300-400 on average, right, and sometimes more depending on the energy usage of the client, and you get that, and there's no sign up fee, there's no roadblocks for making that sale. And in fact, there's no gotcha. You make the switch and the customer saves money. So it's a very easy sales transaction, and it's very easy also to find reps that want to go and offer that to their friends, their family, etc. And then also being able to sell this through businesses or to businesses opens up an even wider market. At that point, we were purely residential with North American Power. So just kind of give you an idea of just really how far you can go within the dereg market. It's absolutely huge. Brett, I don't know on Hawaii for commercial yet. Oh, actually, yeah, we can do Hawaii commercial, all 50 states for commercial. So commercial installs in Hawaii, not a problem. I will definitely verify that with the awareness group just to make sure that we're not going to them and telling them something that we can't do yet. But I will verify that. But that's my understanding is we have all 50 states covered. All right, perfect. So let's go ahead and talk about our comp plan here real quick. And we made a lot of changes over the last several months, as I'm sure you're all aware, because I kept on sending out emails. Hey, the best comp plan in the industry just got better, right? Well, it's been a couple months, month and a half since I've made any changes, and the reason why is because we've got it polished. I mean, this is probably, and I'm not probably, it is the best comp plan in the solar space. If you're building a sales organization, and this is the key here is, if you just want to, if somebody just wants to go out and build a sales team and go sell, you might make more money managing your team, doing that and having to go out and sell and do a 50-50 split and, all these kinds of things. But what we do here is we offer a business opportunity. We offer a business opportunity to people where Onyx is the fundamental structure of the company, handles your payroll, all that kind of stuff. And we have, all the connections for doing the sales. All you have to worry about is building a sales organization. That's it. Real simple. And then with this compensation model, what makes it nice is that not only are you limited to just building your own little sales team, your team can go out and build a sales org and that they get paid on, which broadens your reach, which broadens your ability to earn overrides and bonus income. Because maybe you sign up a sales rep and then that sales rep signs up as rep and they sign one up. And then that guy, he knows a guy over in Florida that's running a team right now, but he's looking to expand his network on where he can sell, and he signs them up. And now all of a sudden you've got another 30, 40 deals a month in your pipeline, in your organization from another team that you really had absolutely no connection with. You had no effort to go and build that part of that organization, but you're still getting paid on it. And it's still promoting you and helping you grow through the organization. So first of all, everybody here starts out as a sales agent right here. Everybody starts out as a sales agent. And when we make a sale, or when you make a sale, you then earn 70% of the sales margin. So the sales margin, real easy, is calculated where we take the markup on the base rate for solar, right? So if it's $2 for the base rate, and you mark it up to $3, you're making $1 gross, and then depending on which EPC you're selling through, the installer. So if you're going through Freedom, there's a 20% rev share, which means you're actually making 80 cents, right? Because you got to share 20% with them. That's why they give us lower pricing. But and so you end up at 80 cents. And if it's a 10 kilowatt system, 10,000 watts, that's an $8,000 paycheck. So that's the sales margin, right? So then you would get 70% of the 8,000. and that would be your commission as a sales agent at that point. So if there was $10,000 in sales margin, that puts 7,000 in your pocket, and then the other 3,000 gets paid out in bonuses and overrides through the upline. And of course, Onyx does hold a small portion. We pay out up to 88% of every dollar that's earned gets paid back out to the sales organization. Okay, which if you know anything about networking or direct sales, that's highly unusual. Usually they retain a much higher percentage, which is why when you see these other products and services, they're usually overpriced. They cost too much, right? Because they got to build that into their comp plan. The beauty of solar is we don't need to do that. The margins are already there. So now, if you want to rank advance to become a sales manager, you need to personally install 3 solar projects over any period of time, have directly sponsored 3 sales agents minimum, and your sales agents and their team, you as a sales agent and your team of 3 or more agents must generate 10 installations in a 2 calendar month period. If you did 10 in 1 month, you're automatically a manager if you qualify everywhere out. If you do 5 1 month and 5 the next month, now you're qualified the following month. Very, very simple. The installations must be generated from your first level of your sales organization, so the people that you directly sponsored. Okay, if you signed up 3 people, and then each one of you guys did three units each, and you did 1 yourself, you qualified. See how that works? So very simple. Now let's take a look at sales manager. As a sales manager, you earn your 70%, like always, on your personal installations, and then the deals that are installed by your team, you earn a bonus. So you get a bonus override. So as a sales manager, you're going to make 2% of the sales margin as a bonus on every installation in your organization. And so the way this works is like this: if you go out and you sponsor, you've got 3 guys on your front level, and then maybe you sponsor 10 guys on your front level, and each one of those guys sponsors 2 or 3 people each, right? Because everybody's working to try to become a sales manager until one of those legs matches you as a sales manager going down through your organization, right? You get 2% on every single sale in your entire sales org, all the way down to infinity. It could go 100 levels deep. It could go 300 levels deep. If there's no sales manager in that line of sponsorship down through the organization between you, you pick up that 2% all the way down. This is what's known as a coded bonus, and because it's coded to you. And so this is the most powerful way in a compensation model for people to get paid. And as your group is working their way up, you get paid, until they become a manager. And it's not like they can become a manager in 2 seconds, right? They have to do some work to get there. You're earning that 2% on that organization all the way down. In addition, we also have a company-wide sales manager bonus pool. So we take 1% of every single sale company-wide, and we put it into a bonus pool for you to qualify for. So you go out, you do a minimum of 20 installations made by you and your team during in the first 5 levels of your team. So 5 levels down during the month, that qualifies you for the bonus. So if you're qualified, then what happens is you get an equal share of the total bonus pool split between you and all the other qualified sales managers, right? So if so what we do is we take 1% of each sale, put it into the pool, and then whoever qualifies for the pool that month then gets that equal share. So let's say you sold 50 units and another sales manager had 25 units in their team, another one had 25, so there's a total of 100. We take the 100, divide it into the total of the pool amount, and then you get 50 shares of that bonus pool at that rate. Okay, so pretty cool. Then the next step up in our compensation model is the rank of regional sales manager. To become a regional, you need to have 3 sales managers front level to you or higher rank. They could be higher than you. Your team must install 30 projects within a 2 calendar month period to qualify. Installations must be in your first 2 levels of your organization. Okay. Same thing. As a regional, you now earn an additional 4% sales margin because each of these bonuses stack on top of themselves. So if you're a regional, you'll get your sales manager bonus of 2%. You'll also get the regional sales manager bonus of 4%. So you would earn 6% of every sale in your organization as long as there wasn't a sales manager in between. So let's say there was a sales manager. You got your front level 3, sales managers on their team. You're going to earn 4% override because they're sales managers. You're a regional. They qualify for the 2%. You still get your 4% override all the way down to the sales organization. And then all the way down to the next regional. Once you hit a regional, then they pick up the 4% of their team going down through the org at that point. Very, very simple, but super, super powerful as a comp model. So now, same thing with regionals. We also have a sales manager bonus pool for the regionals. We take 2% of every sale company-wide and put it into that pool, and it operates just the same way as the sales manager pool. And then the next rank up, the top rank in the company is national sales manager. So you train 3 regionals directly below you or above in rank. You and your team generate 90 installations in a 2 calendar month period for the promotion. Installations must be in the first 3 levels of your sales org, and you'll be promoted the following month to national sales manager after you meet the qualifications. As a national, you make 6%. So now you're at a total of 12% on your sales organization. And one thing I want to make clear is you always make 100% of your bonuses on your front level reps. So when you're a sales manager and you got 10 front level reps, you always earn 2% on them. Even if they become a sales manager, you still earn 2% on them, on their personal sales. You may not earn the 2% on their sales reps because they're the ones getting paid the 2%, but you always get paid that bonus on your front level people. Same thing with regional, same thing with national. So as a national, you're making 12% on all of your front level sales reps. So every rep that you signed up, that you personally brought into the company, you always get that 12% on their sales. And so for example, if you're a national sales manager, and you got a rep that's below you that's a national, you're still going to pick up 12% on them every sale that they make. And then we also have a national sales manager pool, bonus pool, and in that pool we put 3%. So as a national, you would be qualified, and as a regional, you'd be qualified. As a regional, you'd be qualified for both the sales manager bonus pool. And also the regional bonus pool. As a national, you qualify for all 3. So if you qualify as a national, you get an equal share of all 3 pools. If you're qualified as a regional, you get an equal share of the regional and the sales manager pool. And then sales managers, obviously just qualify for the sales manager pool only. So with that, you need to have a minimum of 60 installations during the month between you and your team during the first 5 levels of your organization. That gets you qualified for that bonus. And we divide it out exactly the same way. And then let's talk real quick about project payment schedules and how that works. So Onyx Energy, when we pay out on in our comp model, we pay out a M1 payment, which is a milestone 1, milestone 2, milestone 3. So after SOW, scope of work has been approved by the EPC and they release funds to us, you'll get paid the commission on that the following Friday if we've received it on Monday of the same week. So if we receive whatever commissions we receive by Monday of the week, you get paid out by Friday. We are working to increase the velocity and pay out faster, but that's what we're able to do at this point in time. And then M2 is paid after the project has been installed. And M3 is when a project gets permission to operate and is energized. Okay, so they got to get approved, by the utility and the county to be turned on, right? So M1 payment terms, M1, we pay out a rate of $100 per kilowatt of system size for all installed systems, except in the state of Nevada, because we use a different EPC there, and they do not offer an M1 payment. They only pay out at M2 and M3. The M1 payment is capped out at $1,000 maximum, and with the remaining commission to be paid on M2 and M3 payments for the installed project. So if you had a 6,800 watt system at $100 per kilowatt, that would mean that you would get $680 on that system if it was on M1. If it was a 10 kilowatt system, then you would get $1,000 on that system. So go through this, and then sale qualifies during the month if SOW is approved for the project. That this is for qualifying for rank advancement. So if you make a sale and the SOW is approved, then that qualifies you for rank advancement, even if it hasn't been installed yet, right? Provided you've met the other requirements, had 3 previous installations to become a manager. I mean, that's the first step. But and then let's see here. Then commission equals bonus you earn from your personal sales bonuses. That's your sales manager bonuses, etc. Onyx Energy will hold a $500 minimum project profit will be retained by Onyx Energy. So let's say you cheap sell a system and you only make $1,000 on it. Onyx Energy is going to hold $500, and the other $500 would be paid out to the sales rep. In that case, there would be no bonuses or overrides that would be paid upline on that deal, because we do want to make sure our reps get paid. But if you like we used to always say in the car business, if you get weak, and you sell it for $1,000, then that's on you, right, at that point. So, or if you just have to make a deal and make the deal and sell it cheap, it is what it is. Get the referrals and work those. But we at Onyx, we need to retain a minimum of $500 on project. That's to allow us to be able to process everything and take care of training, et cetera, and all that other stuff. So that right there is our comp plan in a nutshell. And like I said, we will be adding deregulated energy, community solar, and commercial will all be run directly through the same exact comp model. So whatever the sales margin is on the deal, if you sold a shop solar kit and you're making 5 or 7%, depending if it's a shop solar lead or a personal lead on the retail value of the kit, then that 5 or 7% profit margin, sales margin, goes into the comp plan to be paid out. That's how that works. If you sell a commercial deal and you make a commercial solar project and you make $30,000 on it, that goes in as net sales margin. If you do a commercial community solar project and you're making $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 on a megawatt, or 2 or 3 megawatts or whatever, then that goes into the comp plan. So everything, because now it all works off of percentages, makes it very easy to calculate and pay out those commissions. So let's go ahead and talk about real quick here. I'm going to share a slide presentation, which I've kind of gone over most of this already, but let's go ahead and hit this here real quick. James, can you see the slide, Onyx Energy?
Yes, I can. Mm-hmm.
All right, perfect. Thank you. So again, we've kind of gone over the company, structure and everything here. Let's talk about this. So, Forbes, according to Forbes Homes, 48% of U.S. residents want to install solar panels in the future. Just talking about the opportunity. What's really available to you as a sales rep, building the business. Currently, less than 5% of all homes in the USA that can have solar actually have solar. So how big is the opportunity, guys? How much room to grow is there in this space? And if you've been looking at the news, you probably have heard electricity rates are going through the roof. If you live in California, there's people paying 72 cents per kilowatt hour. California. Okay, to put it in perspective, here in Oregon, where I'm at, I use Central Oregon Electric Co-op as my utility, and our rate is about 14 or 15 cents per kilowatt hour. California up to 72. The average is 49 cents. Okay, so people are paying through the nose. They're paying huge electric bills, and it's just going to get worse. PGE here in Portland They just had a 17% price increase in January. They're already asking for another 7% right now. So why does that matter? Percentages, utility. Well, when we're selling our utility or selling our clients a solar system, for example, if we did a power purchase agreement, a PPA, and you're in California, we can sell those for around 21, 22 cents per kilowatt hour, put a 2.99% escalator on the payment, meaning the payment goes up 2.99% per year. So if the first year, if the payment was $100, just to make it easy math, if the first year if the payment was $100, the second year the payment would be $102.99 a month. The third year it goes up another 2.99%, et cetera. Versus what the utility's doing, which they're going up, double-digit percentages. I know a couple of the utilities in California have asked for 23%. I had another rep in the company that sent me a utility bill. They had an announcement and they're saying that they're going up 23% or 22%, okay, in 1 year. And then just like here in PGE in Oregon, they're already asking for another 7. PP&L is asking for 23 right now here in Oregon. So they're going to the utility board and saying, hey, we need to increase things because XYZ. And then immediately afterwards, hey, we need to increase things because of XYZ. Yet, what is their profit margin? Profits are huge. They're making billions of dollars, guys. Billions. And this is all good for us in the solar industry because customers are becoming more and more aware and sensitive to these price gouging, tactics by the utility companies. And quite frankly, people are disgusted. And so it just makes our job easier and easier as we move forward. Now, if we can offer the best financing with low to no dealer fees through Rhino Echo and through the awareness group, because they have low or no dealer fees on their loans, plus they have PPAs and leases, which have no fee, okay, and offer really, really, really low prices, payments, for a client to get their energy, we're going to win 100%. So talk about trends, which we kind of talked about here in just a second, and capitalizing on the solar market. So right now we have Freedom Forever, which is our largest footprint. We have 34 states with them that we cover. They have great pricing. We do have a rev share model with them, but we have lower pricing because of the rev share model, so we can get real aggressive with that. Then there's Onyx Energy, which is the backbone for your solar sales organization. We're your business in a box. You don't have to go out and create everything on your own and try to figure it out. And then, of course, there's you, right? Direct sales team. And like I said before, get the expanded reach and magnified results through team building. Okay, because you can work with a rep. You sign up a rep. You have no idea what people are going to bring to the table. You sign up a rep and then they sign up a whole sales org. That might have 10 or 15 reps. So and that just adds to your volume. So let's talk about Freedom. So economy and scale wins. I know it says 33, but it's actually 34. I believe at this time, but they have the lowest cost to install currently. 25-year production guarantee. They're one of the largest solar installers in the country. Vertically integrated everywhere, so they have offices in every state or region that they do installs in. They have a local office, so which makes it really nice. And let's talk about this. We already talked about do-it-yourself solar installs through Shop Solar. Again, we're the exclusive partner with them as a direct sales organization. And then we've got, fill in the gap installers. For example, Nevada, we use One Solar as our install partner in Nevada. And the reason why is because in Nevada, they just enacted a new law that if you want to sell solar, you have to be a W-2 employee. So what we did is we partnered with One Solar. They take 25 cents of the profit, of the per watt profit on a solar system. So let's say it's a 10 kilowatt system and you made $1. They would convert 25 cents of that dollar or $2,500 total over to a W-2 check. And then the rest is paid out on a 1099 that we then distribute to the sales org. So that keeps us legal in the state of Nevada, so we can still do sales. Then we have additional solar products that we already talked about: community solar, deregulated energy. Not going to belabor that. We have our marketing CRM, which we went over earlier. Again, it's 100% optional. However, if you want to be a success, you need to be organized. And on top of that, we give you access to our leads. It's the only way that you'll get the Shop Solar leads and any other leads that we generate within the company, because obviously we got to be able to track things, and we need people that are committed, that are dedicated, and are professional to work those leads. We have solar guaranteed solar appointments we'll be putting into the system. These will be phone set appointments that are local to you. Which means that you won't be doing a virtual sale. You'll be able to go to their house and close the deal right there with them. We'll be plugging those into our CRM as well. And we already talked about the comp plan. This is one of my favorite quotes from Zig Ziglar, though. Stop selling, start helping. And that's really what we're looking to do here with our company, all the way down from the company to the sales reps, and from the sales reps to the consumer. We don't need to sell. We need to help your client, show them how to save money. Even if you don't make a ton of money on the deal commission wise, a lot of people get into solar because they see the huge commissions, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, right? But if you're not giving benefit to your client, what are you doing? You're just selling. You're not helping. You're not even helping yourself, because you may make that big swing, and hit that ball out of the park, make a huge deal, but you're never going to get a referral from them once they find out that you did that, because all they got to do is go online, go to Reddit, and see what the average cost per install is across the United States. And if you made a $2 swing on somebody, $2 up on the pricing, you're selling it for like $4, right? Or for example, and they know that you just made 20 grand on a 10 kilowatt system. They're not going to be real happy, and they're not going to be a client that's going to refer you more business. And the only reason why salespeople in the solar industry have felt like they need to make those kinds of deals is because they don't sell enough deals. They sell one deal every few months, right? And then man, I gotta knock this one out of the park. I gotta rip this guy's head off. But you don't need to do that. If you have a system like what we put together here, with the leads coming in, with the marketing systems in place and everything, with the follow-up for CRM, et cetera, plus the fact that we have the broad spectrum of products, you don't need to do that if you're doing volume, if you're selling multiple units per month, right? And I've had people that have sold 19 units in 1 month in my organization. So if you're selling 19 units a month and you made $2,000 on each deal, for example, how well are you eating? Are you doing all right? Are you doing the things you want to do in your life? And are you actually helping people? You are. So, not saying you got to only make $2,000, but just for example, when I personally, when I look at the business, I came from the car business. I was in the car business. James was in the car business. Brett's on the phone here, on the call here. He was in the car business. We all actually worked together, 20 some odd years ago. And the first thing I thought when I got into the solar industry was, wow, this is dirtier than the car business. Like, it is just absolutely dirty. And, my experience when I got in being as a dealer, I came in straight as a dealer, started dealing solar. And the first company I worked with, they owe me over $45,000 or $50,000 that they never paid me. Next company I worked with, we did a whole bunch of deals with them, and we lost 60% of them because they took 6 months or longer to get the deal installed. And so customers said, I'm just not going to do it. Bye. I cancel. And they didn't even have to cancel because their credit approval expired on their financing, and they needed to re-sign. So they didn't even have to submit a cancellation. They just didn't sign again. You see, so the solar industry is ripe with crooks and people that will take advantage of you, and it goes all the way down to the salespeople and their mentality. So I'm looking through Onyx to change that whole model. We're gonna have a paradigm shift in the solar industry, and in fact, the solar industry is going to get regulated heavily like the auto industry, like real estate, like insurance, like mortgages. Okay. And it's going to get regulated through litigation at the state level and also regulation from the Fed. That's what's going to happen. And so when I'm looking at the things we're doing, like with Shop Solar, we're looking to self-regulate ourselves on our profit model, on how we sell. So we're another piece that I didn't bring in on that is we actually partnered with their distributor for Shop Solar, their equipment distributor, to bring lower wholesale prices to the EPC network that we're selling the kits through. And it's all the standard, equipment that all the EPCs install that we're going to be offering, but they're going to give them volume discount pricing as if each EPC in the 22 states that they operate in, they're all independent and local. They all have 4 and 5 star ratings, but they're smaller EPC, installers. And so what we're doing is we're going to pass along. So even if they're only ordering, 100 units a month or whatever, they're going to get the same price as somebody that's ordering 1,000. Right. And so we're going to be able to drive down the cost of install. And then on top of that, we're going to put some caps on the total profit margin that can be made on a deal. And not to punish anybody, it's actually to help you. It's actually to make it to where you get more referrals, more business, more volume, and happier customers. And so I keep telling Max, he's the owner of Shop Solar, that what I really see us doing is becoming basically like the Walmart of solar. We don't sell cheap products, we sell products cheap and get more volume, right? And so, and I don't mean cheap as in you don't make any profit. Profit's not a 4-letter word, but I think that, the industry, is going to get regulated. They're going to put us in a position where, you're not going to be able to make those kinds of big swings anymore. And so if we get ahead of the wave and we become the leader in the industry, we become the go-to company. That's a big deal. Another thing that we're actually working on right now, I also forgot to mention this. So with our partnership with Rhino Echo, we're working on, I've already been talking with the owner there about developing our own internal, only available through Onyx Energy loan for solar. And what's going to set this apart, and we're just working on how to structure this exactly. So typically on a solar loan, if you go like through Mosaic and you get financing with them, it adds 32% quote dealer fee to the loan. Give you an example. I worked a deal down in Texas, $69,000 cash price to install. Switch it to a loan. It's now got a loan balance of 102 or 105,000. Okay, and the reason why is because solar loans are the base loan should be 11.59%, but we offer it at 3.99%, which then adds the discount to bring the rate down. What that is capitalized interest that's added to the loan balance. It's great for the solar loan company because the average customer refinances their house or gets other financing within 3 to 5 years of getting a solar loan, which means when they pay off that loan, the finance company is getting 25 years worth of interest in 3 to 5 years. So great for them, right? But not so good for the customer. So what we talked about doing is still offering a low interest rate, let's say 3.99. They would still have the fee essentially go onto the loan, but if they only keep it 3 to 5 years, they're only going to pay 3 to 5 years worth of interest at the 11.59, right? But when they're making their monthly payment, it would be at 3.99, which then gives them a lower monthly payment. So it would act very much like a negative amortization home loan. And then when they go to pay off, then they pay off the accrued interest as if it was accruing at 11.59 for that term. This is going to completely change the loan industry in solar. It's going to completely change how people purchase for financing for solar. And as an exclusive loan product only available through Onyx Energy and our sales reps, it means that people, when they hear about it, are going to come to us. because would you do a Mosaic loan if you could go through Onyx Energy and get a loan through Rhino that is structured that way versus paying an extra $30,000 in fees when you pay off your loan? I mean, if you're smart, you're going to get our loan. Okay, very, very simple. So, guess enough on that. Again, you help win by helping others to win. Very simple. We already talked about our comp plan, but this just breaks it down again. 70% to the sales rep. So if it's a $10,000 sales margin on a deal, you make $7,000 on that. This is a little breakdown on our overrides on our compensation model. Again, I'm not going to go back through it again because I don't want to bore you guys. But if anybody has any questions on that, I'd be more than happy to answer those. We can talk about that here in a minute. And then that was it. So we're pretty much done here for today. I know we went a full hour. I was actually hoping to get through it in 30 minutes, but a lot to go over. Does anybody have any questions that they want to plug in here? Let's see here. Put up the thing here if you want to ask a question or not. Nope, don't hear anybody. Hey, James, are you there, buddy?
I'm here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you pretty much covered it.
All right, perfect. So no big questions from anyone. No problem. I want to thank you guys for being on here today. Really appreciate your time and happy selling. Get out there and let's start building your teams. We're going to do this meeting every Wednesday at 3:00 Pacific, 6:00 Eastern. And so we'll do that every week on Wednesday. We may add another time slot also on another day, maybe Monday. But for right now, we're going to do Wednesdays. So by this time next week, bring 2 or 3 people, to the webinar, and we'll go ahead and show the opportunity and everything to them, and then get them signed up on your team and start building. So with that, I want to say thank you guys. Appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks, Rick.
And yes, the slides are available. I'll send that over to you. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Have a great night.